everyone receives is a reflection of us. This is a common occurrence that I think most people have come across in their waking business life. So I want to share with you one that's happened to me, just recently actually. Now, it basically goes that I made a suggestion to a client about an image being more futuristic, because as you see, I do album covers. So I made an album cover and it was wonderful, worked out well, but you see, and then the next one was doing something to a specific nature. So I created some and I made a few suggestions. And one of those suggestions was to tie it in with the first one, which is a neon futuristic design, but make it more landscape and futuristic. I said, because I don't know what the vibe is that they're looking for. And then I sent through some suggestions for normal images, and that email seemed to got lost in transition. It seemed no one responded to it, whether it was a good suggestion. And you see, then there was toing and froing about decisions about what works, what doesn't work. And the manager basically came through, which is my friend. There's no animosity or anything like that. No, but I'm just relating the story. So he came in with an email and suggested, how about that the nature be more futuristic, something more sci-fi, and that they created a sample. And then the client who we were working with said that that would be a great idea. And it's a fascinating thing to think about, because right here at this very junction, there are so many things to play. For you see, I sent that 4 days ago, or 3 days ago. So I could have perhaps finished it if they had just said that's a good idea, if they had acknowledged it. Did they see it? Did they not witness it? These are the things that play through your head. And then a suggestion from someone else that you already suggested, and everyone likes it. How do you feel? How does it make you feel? What is your reaction? Do you take the email that I have on record and tell them that I suggested that? Is that not letting them know that I had this suggestion already? What energy is replaced on that? I mean, what do? Do you respond in a way to say that, to tell them that you mentioned it? Do they remember? Probably not. Do they think it was their idea? Probably. So you can take this multiple ways. It is disheartening because people are taking advantage of situations, whether they know it or not, and taking credit for that. But unbeknownst to them, it was given to them by you. It's quite a metaphor of life when you think about it, because you can make it known that you had it already, but then what are you achieving? Are you achieving that to say it wasn't an original idea? Are you trying to make them lower? And this is the energy that breaks it down, because I find it fascinating to witness the energy around it, the not anger, but understanding. So how did I respond? Well, I responded saying, yes, this is a well-mentioned idea indeed. And it does tie into their previous one. And I gave a wink face and I said, here are some suggestions based on that. For you see, it's indirectly saying that it was mentioned before without being belittling or lowering who they are, because I think to rise above it, you have to realize that there are some people that just don't. And the universe is there to test you to whether or not you need to be proven correct. What if that was the end goal and you planted the seed in the mind? It just took a few days to exist. Would you be angry to know that it was your seed that you planted, your idea that came back around? I think that makes things so much better. It makes you so much more taller and more powerful over the situation, where you don't let it get to you. You just continue and you provide. If it becomes the point that a reward or something is given after the fact for it, that's different. That's then highlighting an area there. That is the understanding of the world. People take credit for everything you do. That is a 3D way of thinking, a 3D reality that no matter what, there will always be situations like that. And they are your friends and they have business, but it's interesting to know what goes on. Sometimes things change. People change. People become narrow-minded. People become wide thought, wide breath. It doesn't matter. What matters is how you respond. If you worry about who they are and what they do, then you're still enslaved in that way of thinking. But if you can control your reactions and observe it and pretty much just smile, because at the end of the day, you get paid for it regardless. It's just that you had to go through another emotional learning, another energy learning to understand it, to challenge your reaction. So I thought that was quite interesting to experience. And it's still annoying to see. Like, don't get me wrong, man. I would stand up for myself without a shadow of a doubt, and I would make sure that they know that that was my suggestion and they missed it. Don't think for a second that I would not. And that's where your power is. Your power is, it's that same, you pick and choose your battles, but this is no battle. This is a test of my durability, my reactions. I don't know what those people do, whether they're friends or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me. It's what I want. Maybe it's the universe's way of showing me those things about changing how I react. Not being so proud and, tied to a situation that what is mine, I know the new world, and when things are in higher lights and living being, that it's all gonna be more forgiving, more understanding and growth together. You don't miss things, you harmoniously join everything. Maybe these are the few remaining steps to get over, to test, to react. Maybe it's just a single event that has no purposeful outcome aside from this audio stream. Either way, it's moments like this that sometimes get past us, get under our guard because we fall into it. And And at the end of the day, it's not about what you choose to do, but it's about the intent that you do it with, how you do it, and how you witness it, and do you catch it before you send those emotional outbursts. Things might come in, they might go, oh, that's right, you actually mentioned that. You don't know, maybe that was the circle test. See how you react, whether you do it angrily, whether you make someone better than you, or do you allow them to win? Knowing and knowledge is so much more joyful. So if there is any advice from my scenario or situation, it is, before making judgment or casting opinion, you must always step back and see things for how your energy is assigned to it, and what thoughts and placement of power and energy you place upon it. Is it unconditional love? Is it learning and challenging the status quo of the event? Either way, love will always be there. And when you have those euphoric moments, and you get those spine chills running up your back, or in your arms, or in your thoughts, and you feel it and it enlivens you. It's not a scary one. It gives you strength and passion and power and light. You are being guided, and we are learning. And it's joyful to know when you do catch it, it's like you tick it off. And that should make you smile on the inside. A job well done. Next level. And with that, peace and love. Take care.